for the service. Thank you. Won't be spoken again. Anyway, if you guys are ready. Okay. Okay, ready, go. Good morning, West Valley Center.
Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning, and people of the online area. Me, John, my buddy. I would like to start today with, I'd like to praise God for right now, this very moment. Thank you. And the next one's coming up. This whole next hour I'll be grateful for. So, thank you, and thanks for everybody for being here. And today we have Reverend Clyde going. So when he comes out, I'd like everybody to give him the big woohoo and the warm welcome that his amazing service will bring. So we would like to start the service with a song called "This Is the Day." If you'd please rise and join with us
and
singing.
We have the words up here if you're first time.
Maybe, and maybe not, but most people know. But feel free to join
we have
in.
Some new people here today.
Feel free to join in, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So.
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, I think so. Here we go.
This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Say that with me. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, a day that the seas jet, a day I can feel my spirit set free. Yes, this is the day. It's time to fly higher and higher in the sky. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day all my dreams come true. Can feel Spirit working its way through. Yes, this is the day. It's time to fly higher and higher up in the sky. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the West Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Sue Witter, one of the ecclesiastical staff here, and I am so glad to see you all here today for this really fun Sunday. We are in for a treat today. Reverend Clyde's got some cool stuff for us. It's always good to have cool stuff to have. Did you all get your little Lego piece? If you don't have a Lego piece, run out to the lobby and grab one. Was that? Did I do it right? Good. So, it should be a good day today. We are glad you're all here, and I have a few announcements. So, Reverend Clyde is doing an online class, The Essential Earnest Homes. It's a fabulous class. It's online. They had the first class last week. But if you want to sneak in here, this is the last chance you have to enroll, and it's Thursdays through March 13th at 6 o'clock p.m., regardless of where you are in the world. So if you're watching online, I have some folks from Lake Havasu that have said they're going to join. Did Dawn come? All right, we'll figure that out. Anyway, so please join that class. And then we have some great things. Dr. Kay is doing her sound healing on the fourth Sunday, so please join us for that after the service. Important for us, we have our annual business meeting, which is February 15th, and that's the meeting where we talk about how we've done during this past year and what's ahead for us. Reverend Karen will share her vision of what she wants to see with us going forward. So please join us for that meeting. And we also do board member elections and some of the, shall we say, less thrilling parts of the organizational structure of things, unless you're a geek like me, and then I love all that stuff. And then the women's retreat, for those, mark your calendars for the 28th of February for the women's retreat. And then the most important announcement for the day is dining with the dudes. It is Dining with the Dudes, Italian food, and we are going to say a formal, but not a final, fond farewell to our dear sweet Fred, who is moving back east to be with his family. So their gain and our loss. So please join us for Dining with the Dudes. And I think that's it. So I will now ask the Bradfords to help center. Oh, no, the vision statement. This is the kid who's been here for a while. Vision statement. If you'll say the vision statement with me. We are a loving, joy-filled community, honoring the many paths to God as we learn and live the science of mind principles. And then Mary McNabb is our practitioner for the day. She'll be available for prayer after the service. And please join us for that. And so take it away, Bradfords, to get us in the space.
Just take a deep breath and relax as we move within.
I will make a quiet place within my heart. I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord.
Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know.
Place within my mind. I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord.
Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know.
A quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place.
And in this quiet place, let's center our awareness on the presence within. I stand here before you knowing with absolute clarity the certainty that God never changes, always available, always here. It's that intelligence and power that is the truth behind everything, seen and unseen, known and unknown. It's all of it. And just as I know this to be true, I know that this presence, this power is spinning forth as each of us right here and right now. Spinning forth, reminding us that the truth between our souls is love, reminding us of who and whose we are, and reminding us that our true nature is spirit. And so as I lift my voice in prayer, I know that that small, quiet voice within us, that voice of spirit, is guiding us each on our life's path. And that as we lean in and trust it, all fear falls away. Human frailty falls away. Lack and limitation fall away, allowing us to thrive, allowing us to live fully, freely, and joyfully, just as God intended. And so I say a word of blessing for the service today, knowing that in the mind of God it is already done, perfect, just as it is. I know that Reverend Clyde, his message deepens us and lifts us at the same time, bringing us to a deeper and fuller commune with spirit within. I know that the Bradfords' beautiful music lifts us and surrounds us, engulfs us in their love. And I know that each and every practitioner and minister and truth teller everywhere holds a light for us. I bless our volunteer angels that show up every week to create this sacred space. And I just say thank you. Thank you, Father, Mother, God. So it is. Amen. So I let it be. And the reading today is from the book of Emmanuel. Your truth is your power. The truth is the most freeing discovery you can make. To be free of fear, to be free of distrust, of limitation, to be free to who you really are. These are the gifts that you will receive by paying the price of introspection and honesty. Human life is the most difficult of classrooms until we learn the simple fact that your truth, our truth, is our power, our salvation, our fulfillment, and our purpose. Once we can truly believe life becomes joyous and abundant, just as it's meant to be. Freedom is not an illusion. Freedom is the natural way of being. It is your birthright. It is your home. Thank you, and so it is.
You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now.
You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back.
Just enjoy what this life brings.
You will do amazing things. Sing with us.
Amazing, amazing. You will do
amazing things. Let's sing that again. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while.
Sometimes our deepest answers come while you're out there having fun.
So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing. You will do amazing. You will do amazing things.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. That was a song I requested, and that used to be one of my power songs. Can you imagine listening to that song every morning before you start your day? How that could change your life, just that song alone, right? So thank you, Bradford. You guys, like always, do an incredible job singing our song. So again, I'm just overflowing right now. Haven't heard that in a while, and it felt so good. Good morning, everyone. My name is Clyde Goins, Reverend Clyde Goins. I'm the assistant minister here, and Reverend Karen is out for a couple of weeks. She always takes the first 3 weeks off at the beginning of the year to get some rest because of all the busyness of the holidays, and so I'm sure she's home resting right now. I'm actually planning to see her this afternoon to check in with her to see how she's doing and enjoying her time off. So the title of my talk today is called Lego Life. And I saw this news clip on Legos the other day or a couple weeks ago, and I heard this beautiful metaphysical interpretation of what we believe. So when we stay open to see and experience God, then we begin to experience love and beauty and creativity in a whole new way. We stay open to the flow of divine intelligence, we stay open to the flow of divine spirit and live from a place of Christ consciousness. This loving presence is in, through, and all around us, and it's just waiting for us to remember the truth of who we are. So I really love all of the rituals and the Sunday messages that we do, and it really reminds us of our truth of who we are. So Reverend Karen, we have a burning bowl ceremony for Christmas Eve, and that reminds us that all faiths lead to God, that we honor all faiths. Then Reverend Sue has a burning bowl ceremony where she helps us release 2025. Everything that we want to let go of, we just burn it up in flames. I don't know if I was able to make it this year, but I'm sure it was a bonfire like it is every year. And then on the first Sunday of the month, she has our first service where we're setting the intentions for our new year for 2026. And so she helps us set the intentions for 2026. And then my job is to come in behind her, and then we go back to the basics and we talk about what we believe, the basics of what we believe for the next 2 Sundays. So this is what the experience is like for our service. Every year we do it the same way, and it reminds us of our truth, and it gets us re-anchored. So consciousness is cumulative, and we continue to discuss principles and spiritual practices to live the life that we want to experience. We are individualized expressions of God, and as we honor ourselves and we honor each other and live life fully, then we are honoring God and all life. So how many people have ever played with Legos? Okay, so when we learn, we can learn so much about these Lego pieces. And you should have received a Lego piece, so everybody should have received a Lego piece. And if we put up all our Lego pieces together, we would create this model of this little Dumbo figure here on the screen here. Okay, and some of us probably could take some of our Lego pieces and make something else. So what? Oh, hold on. I lost my place there. So we are always co-creating life. So this is a representation about us co-creating life. And the question is what kind of life are you creating? Does it bring you joy and does it bring you happiness? So I actually bought myself a Lego set for Christmas. So I was talking to my sister, and I told her I felt like I was robbed as a child because I never got the chance to play with Legos. We didn't receive Legos when we were younger. So assembling this Lego piece that I purchased with all of the instructions and all of these pictures made the job really easy and very rewarding. So the instruction booklet comes with the Lego set. And it has all of these great pictures. And what I was thinking about is that IKEA could learn something from this, from their Lego book, right? So if you've ever put furniture together, like I have, I always have pieces left over, and I can never find it in the Lego set. I mean, I'm sorry, I never can find it in the instruction book. And so I've always got all these Lego or these pieces left over. And when I first started putting when I opened up the package and I was putting and started working on it, and I was looking at the instruction book, and they have like multiple bags in the box with the Lego set that comes in it, and it tells you to put this one piece with this other piece, and they're in different bags, and so I had to open up all 5 bags, and it made me really, really nervous because I was afraid that I was going to either lose a piece or I was sure that I was going to mess something up. And the reason why was because my frame of reference is cooking. A lot of people know that I really enjoy cooking, and when I follow the recipes cooking, they list the ingredients as you're using the ingredients when you're making that recipe. Well, the Lego pieces or the Lego bags in the instruction booklet did not correspond with one another, and it really made me anxious. So I finally had to let go of control and just trust myself. So I made a couple of mistakes, and they even give you a tool that will help you correct your mistakes. So each Lego instruction has the exact number of nods. If you look at your Lego piece, it has those little nods on there. So when you're looking at the instruction guide, you can actually look at the guide, count the number of nods, which I had to do a couple of times, and look at the color to make sure I was using the right piece. It was very enjoyable, safe, and very satisfying. And then I thought, well, this can be a Gourmet for God event. So guess what we may be doing next year for my Gourmet for God. And for a lot of people that I'm not familiar with Gourmet for God, it's a fundraiser that we do where we have social events. We host different social events. So my next fundraiser may be a Lego experience because it's an incredible experience. So this picture here is the Tower Bridge Lego structure. It is the largest Lego structure in the world. It is built near Land Rover, the Land Rover plant in the UK. And if you look at the picture, there's 2 cars on the top driving across the bridge, and there's 1 car that's going in the water. This Lego structure took about a year to build, and there's more than 9 million Lego pieces to make this bridge. So I get anxious just thinking about all the pieces and what the instruction book looks like. So now what I want you to do is everybody should have received a Lego piece, so look at your Lego piece. Okay? And try to imagine building a bridge strong enough to drive a car across that bridge. So each Lego piece is required to build this big, beautiful bridge. Life needs us. That's why we're here right now. Each one of us has unique gifts and talents that are needed for life right now. Each one of us is important and perfect just the way that we are. Now look at the piece of Lego from another person who's sitting beside you, and look at how the Legos are different in size and shape and colors. So can you imagine your piece of Lego is 1 in 6 million Lego pieces to build that bridge? Now imagine you are 1 in 8.3 billion people around the world. Each one of us creating, learning, and remembering the truth of who we are. Each one of us is adding our consciousness and expressing life that is creating our world. So we are always creating. Legos have been around for 70 years, and we are moving into this digital world, but there's still a lot of people that really enjoy creating Legos or creating Lego objects. There's actually even art pieces now. So Mark has a friend that is really big into making Legos, and he has a lot of Star Wars Legos objects around his house, and they're really big pieces. And he allowed us to bring not those big pieces, but some other pieces in. So after service, when you go into Packby Hall, you're going to see those Lego pieces in there. So I encourage you to go and look at them. They're really incredible, but they're pieces of art made out of Legos. So Ernest Holmes says, your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. We all have this internal urge to create. We cannot stop creating. Even our decisions not to decide is creating. Our soul belongs to the universe, and all of the divine intelligence is available to us. There's only one mind, and our mind is the outlet for creativity to express. So we teach spiritual principles and spiritual laws every week, and we invite you to create a spiritual practice that will support the life that you want to live. Understanding spiritual principles and laws allow us to co-create our life. So Google defines spiritual principles as universal, unchanging guidelines like love, honesty, compassion, and gratitude that helps us live on purpose, to connect with something greater and navigate through life. Spiritual laws are universal and create our life experiences based on what we believe and how we use them. Ernest Holmes says that the misuse of spiritual laws is at the root of many unhappy conditions in our physical world. So let me say that again. The misuse of spiritual laws is the root of many unhappy conditions in our physical world. So our souls belong to the universe, and we get to decide how we want to use those spiritual laws. The universe, God, life, only says yes to what we believe. So I believe that I'm going to be able to retire from my corporate job. I work in healthcare, and it's a corporate job at 62, and that is quickly approaching. So Mark and I went to see a financial advisor about a month or two ago, and he confirmed that we were both going to be able to retire at 62, and we were both very excited about that. If we don't have a belief, then how is the world going to support us? How is life going to support us? So we still must do our part, because God can only do for us what God can do through us. So Mark and I made financial decisions to support our belief. 1, we save money. 2, we invest money. And 3, we live within the means of within our means. And these are some of the financial decisions that we made to allow us to support the belief that we want what we want. When we had our first meeting with the financial advisor, we were not certain what the outcome of that meeting was going to be. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to retire at 62 or not. But we both knew what we wanted. And so when we met with the financial advisor, he validated that we were going to be able to retire at 62, and that was a wonderful. At least for me, I was very, very excited. Mark wasn't as excited about it as I was, maybe because I'm closer to 62 than he is, but I was still very excited. So we were doing this together, right? So we both were co-creating our retirement. And now we're looking to create the life of retirement. So we're doing it together. Both of us have our individual goals, and then we have our goals as a couple. We are always creating life. So what kind of life are you creating? Last year, our theme was rooted in spiritual principles and practices, and we continue to evolve consciously, spiritually, and physically. Our 2026 theme is Synergy of Love and Law. I look forward to new adventures, new creations, and experiencing love in a new way. So we live, learn, and evolve. Life is always reflecting back to us our intentions, our beliefs, and our actions. Let me say this again because this is very important what we believe, right? Life is always reflecting back to us what our intentions, beliefs, and our actions. So when we don't use the Legos correctly, we will always be given an opportunity to learn and grow. So this picture shows a father and daughter having fun. They're smiling and they look like they're having a great time. How many times, or has anybody ever stepped on a Lego piece? So I promise you, if you step on a Lego piece, you're not going to be smiling. And you quickly learn to pick up that piece. This is a very simple example of the law of cause and effect. So you see, God is not judging you or punishing you for leaving the Lego pieces laying around. If you choose not to pick up the Lego piece and put them away, then you might be given the opportunity to experience some physical pain. And sometimes it may take a couple of times to experience that discomfort. For example, the loss of a relationship, or the loss of a job, or the loss of health, or even loss of peace, before we can choose to live life differently. When we understand, accept, believe, and use spiritual laws, we grow and we co-create the life that we want to live. We can choose not to grow, but life will keep nudging us. I read this very interesting daily reading in the Science of Mind magazine last month. It was called The Change of Seasons. And Reverend Michael Gott was the author of the December daily readings. So reading the daily guide from the Science Mind magazine is another very simple spiritual practice to remind us of our truth. So Michael Gott was the music leader at the CSL Dallas Church where I used to belong to before I moved here to Phoenix, Arizona. And the song that Kathy and Rod sang, Amazing, is one of his songs. And I love all of his music. And I followed all of his music, and I have all of his music because it reminded me of different stages in my life. And so it's fantastic. The song that we also sing right before prayer, I Make a Quiet Place, is another one of my favorite songs that we play that he wrote for us. And they're just beautiful songs. But in the daily reading, he mentioned that everyone gets to be young. Fewer people get to be middle-aged. And even fewer people get to experience the blessings of old age. Yes, it comes with its own challenges, but so did being a toddler, right? A little different, but it does, right? So we had fun. We had fun as a toddler learning how to walk, right? We don't remember that, but it was a challenge learning how to walk. Or how about learning how to drive a car when we were a teenager? So every age has its blessings, and it offers many gifts for us to learn and grow. So I remember when I got my first bike, the adventure door just blew wide open. I was riding all over the place. My dad was in the service, so we lived on a military base, so it was safe, so we could go anywhere on the base. And so we would go on adventures and just ride our bikes everywhere. Okay. I also remember when I took my first road trip to a city 2 hours away. I borrowed my sister's car. It was a little Chevette, and I was afraid it wasn't going to make it. But it was 2 hours away, and I never told my parents about it. And I want to tell you that I remember that, and it was still a little scary for me to take that first road trip on my own. Now I travel everywhere, so it's a blessing. At every age, we learn so much. And so as an adult, I look back at all my growth and all my blessings. So in my 20s, I was just surviving. I was just trying to figure out what life was all about. And then I was introduced to the science of mind, religious science, and it changed my life. Not until my 40s is when I figured out who I am. And I really started loving all of me. And then the 50s. Well, then I found out the 50s were the new 30s, and I was very excited, right? Because I was looking good, I had my health, and I had a lot of disposable income. I couldn't get any better than that, right? So one thing I want to share with you is that one of the things that I really enjoyed at a younger age was dancing. And I would go dancing every weekend and sometimes all weekend long. And I just really, really enjoyed dancing. And so that's one of the things I kind of miss because I just don't do it as much anymore. However, I have found a couple places that I can go. And one of them is Fort Lauderdale and the other one is Palm Springs. So they have a couple of clubs in both of those locations. And when we go out there, the dance floor is packed at 9 p.m. And it's full of people. Everybody's dancing, having a great time, and it's a lot of fun. And guess what? We're home in bed by 11. So it works perfect, right? And so it's just a matter of finding those places, right? And so I did. And now I'm turning 60, and I'm planning who I want to be, okay? So Ernest Holmes says, there is a rhythm in the universe which rightly understood would resolve all conflict. When we try to hold on to our past or we resist change is when we get into trouble. When we grow our faith and live a conscious life is when we begin to love, is when we begin to feel loved and supported. Our soul belongs to the universe and it's been around a long time. God is forever giving himself, or itself. God is forever giving itself to create, experience, and express and grow. The divine intelligence that can change water into ice and then into steam is the same intelligence that we have inside of us. So we can trust ourselves as we're moving through life because we are God expressing. We are whole, perfect, and complete just the way that we are. I say that a lot. We are whole, perfect, and complete just the way we are. And I truly mean that. I truly believe that every person, every minute of the day, every place that they're in life, they're right where they need to be. And they're that perfect expression of life. We stay in the flow of life because we know that we are guided, supported, and loved. So we believe that there's only one life, and that life is God's life. Each one of us is an individualized expression of that one life. The truth is, there is no way that we can live outside of life. There is no way that we can be separated from God. The feeling of separation is only an illusion. I'm sure that we've all experienced it at some point. There's so many beautiful stories about love and connection that comes on, it's on the news during the holidays. And I hope that you were able to experience or witness some of those love and connections that we have with each other. So there was actually, Steve Hartman, he's a reporter on my favorite Sunday morning show. And there was actually a story this morning that made me cry. It was so wonderful. But he has all these really wonderful, touching stories about love and connection, and I just enjoy watching his reporting or shows. So anyways, so he had this segment on Dr. Z from Baltimore, and he called Dr. Z the richest doctor, and his wealth did not measure in dollars. He was a family doctor, and he did not turn anybody away. And if you could not pay, he would not only treat you, but he would treat your family, and he would give them his personal cell number in case of an emergencies. So he made his profession a gift to his community that he served. And just for the record, so family practitioners, doctors or family practitioners, they're doing it not to become rich. They're doing it to serve and take care of people. So now, for the record, one second. Okay, I lost my place here. Now, what I want you to do is, so Dr. Z, just imagine Dr. Z is not always charging people, right, for their services, right? So the people that he's taking care of, right? So if he's not charging for the services, then who's taking care of him? And so the story was about he had been diagnosed with 2 forms of cancer. Okay? And to make matters worse, he didn't even have insurance. And so the community found out about this, and they posted a GoFundMe page, and they raised over $100,000 to help him cover his medical expenses. And he was very, very honored to receive that money. And when he was being interviewed, he even said that if there was any money left over, that he was going to give it back to the community. So this feeling of separation is an illusion. We are part of this one life here to love and support each other. So Ernest Holmes says, the unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance, for it teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. So this is something to remember. The unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance, for it teaches us that there is something, that we are one with the whole and one with each other. So this picture is the Lego piece that I made, and it was over 300 pieces. So you can see why I was a little nervous about putting it together. So I really enjoyed this piece. It really stood out to me because it reminded me that we are all connected. So the Lego company has been around for 70 years, and then the very first Lego piece that they've created will still connect with the Lego pieces that they make today. So think about it. Think about the millions of Lego pieces over time. Think about the endless time people have spent creating Lego objects. Think about all the places all around the world, different cultures, different languages, different looks, all using similar pieces, creating so many things, and at any given moment, our Lego piece will connect with theirs. So we are creating our life. We are creating our community. We are creating our nation, and we are creating our world. We cannot separate ourselves from God from even if we tried. Our illusion of feeling separated can be resolved just by connecting our Lego piece with another person. So when I went to the Lego website and I was looking through the Lego website, and I realized that you could get completely lost in creativity on this website. So our life is just like that, right? It's just like that website. We choose from infinite possibilities to live the life that we want to experience. And there's no wrong choices. The only opportunity is that we learn and grow. When we learn and we understand and we use the spiritual principles, we're co-creating our life. And we deepen our faith and we feel God's love and support. We can create something incredible just by connecting the Lego pieces. We are all agents of God, and every connection that we make with each other is creating a world for everyone. And that's what I want to say today. So let us pray. So if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes, relax, and feel that beautiful energy that the Bradfords created, this beautiful space, this loving space from the very first song that they sang. Feel the loving connection of each one of us side by side. This energy, this loving energy that we're creating in this beautiful space. And what we recognize is that that love is God. That is God that we're experiencing every Sunday when we come together and we connect heart to heart, soul to soul, and we share our stories and our lives together. Sharing our worlds that we create in our individual lives, the experiences that we're having, and even asking for support at times. We're reminded that the abundance of God we see every day, and all of the I would say needles on all the cactuses around Phoenix, Arizona. We can't even count the number of needles there are in all the cactuses. We feel the creativity, or we see the creativity in all the beautiful flowers that bloom in the desert. And we feel the loving presence of that God presence, that spiritual love every day by connecting with the people that we know, with our families, with our pets, with our community. We feel that love. God is present everywhere, always, all the time. There is no place where God is not. And what we believe and what I know is that each one of us is that individualized expression of God, whole, perfect, complete, just the way we are. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm, and we are creating our life, and we are creating the world because we are adding our consciousness to that one life. And I know that each one of us chooses to create more love, more joy, more happiness, more abundance in our lives. Each one of us is learning spiritual principles and have spiritual practices that anchor us in the truth of who we are so we can co-create the life that we want to live. And each one of us is that agent of God. We're here to love and support each other, as well as to feel the love and support from each other, because we're all one. We're one family, one life, one expression of God. So I know this truth, and we are anchored in this truth as we move into 2026 and open to the infinite possibilities to experience and express life. And today we choose more love, more joy, more happiness. And I'm so grateful that we come together every Sunday to remember our truth. We come together to support each other. We come together to know that we are loved every step of the way of every day. I'm grateful for all of the teachings of the Science of Mind that teaches about spiritual principles and spiritual practices, about spiritual laws. I'm grateful for life itself, because we get to experience it. The blessings of learning and growing, the blessings of all the things that we get to do at every age, and knowing it's perfect right where we are. So I know that life is good, that my life is good, that all life is good. And this is where we anchor ourselves today in this truth. And I know as I release these words that they are already unfolding in that divine mind. They're already expressing, they're already moving in the direction of more good, more life, more love, and more support. And so we just simply release it. And together we say, so it is.
Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Everywhere I look and every face I see is love reflected shining back to me. I just give thanks for all these simple things, the joy and peace that gratitude brings. That's why I'm grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful,
Thank you, Bradford. Thank you, Reverend Clyde. That was fabulous. Do we get to keep our Lego piece? Even though we'll have to all get together and see if we can figure out what we can do with our various Lego pieces. Because while we may not have instructions, we do have the creativity of the universe. Anyway, so thank you all for being here. Thank you, Reverend Clyde. It is now time for our grateful giving and receiving. We have the places to put your gifts and tithes at the back of the room on the way into Papke Hall or out at home space. And so we are grateful for all of the ways that you give. And then there are also a lot of other ways that we don't talk about very often. I have bill pay in my world, so I don't have to write checks and things. Who writes checks anymore? Probably a lot of people, but I do almost all mine electronically. And so I have my gift and tithe to the church sent from my bank automatically. So I don't ever have to worry about it, whether I'm here or not. So there's auto tithe on our website. There are all kinds of ways to give. We are so grateful for every gift that you give, knowing that your gifts allow us to continue to do our work here in the world. So thank you all so, so much. And so if you will repeat the giving affirmation with me. I live in a consciousness of good. It's in there somewhere. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is. So thank you all. Please be sure to join us to give a big hug to Fred, to enjoy the Italian food that the dudes have made. And thank you all for being here. And I think we just roll it out with our closing song.
Please rise for our last song.
All right, thank you, Bradford. So I forgot to let you guys know that my little model that I made is right under here. So when you guys, after service, you can come up and look at it. It was fun to make. And so let's say our closing affirmation. So repeat after me. I am creating a life of love, joy, and happiness.
I'm creating a life of love, joy, and happiness.
So it is.